Hello everyone, I am back with another video. Today I am going to talk about how to use the server configuration tool to manage your Windows server. Sconfig is a command is one of the feature. This command is available for Windows 2012 version or later. Let's go to the video. As you can see, the server 2019 VMs is already running in the VM exe 6.5 visualization. So I just tried to log in the server using RDP connection. So to give the demo of the sconfig command line. So you can see a lot of servers running in the VM exe 6.5. The first one is the DC, that is a domain controller. The second one is storage server. So I click on the DC, see that Microsoft Windows Store Server 2016 or later, that is a 2019 server. So I will be able to log in the server using that RDP. You just type the MSDC in a search bar. Type the MSDC, so it will show that remote desktop connection. Just click on it. The server IP is already configured on 0.100. I just connect it using that administrator password. Yeah, service login. So you just search the command line, command prompt. Just click on the command prompt address administrator. So type the sconfig. In order to use the sconfig command tool, you need to be logged in with the user that is part of the administrator group. Once you are logged in, simply type the sconfig in the command line and press enter. This will open up server configuration tool interface. So you can see all the features offered by server configuration tool. In the next step, we will check one by one all the options. To select any option as prompted by the bottom, enter the number to select the option. So the first option, we can choose that network settings, that is 8th number. This option allows you to configure the network settings for your machine. The first step when you run this command to select the index number of the network adapter that you want to configure. I just type the enter 8. So you can see that the two adapter is currently configured in the server. So one is 0.100, another one is 0.12. 100 is a static IP, 0.12 is a DHCP. So you can see that index number 213. So I show that graphically. So use that nspA command. So it will show that the 28 network adapter is configured in the server currently. So the first one is a prod, it's a main primary NIC. So I click on the IP properties. So you will see that 0.100 is configured as a static. Canceling. So another one is Ethernet 1. So this one is configured as a DHCP. Yeah. So I don't want to DHCP that Ethernet 1 second adapter. I need to configure the static. So how to do that? So I can type the next number 3. So I type the 3 and enter it. This option allows to set the network adapter, use DHCP, or you can provide a static IP. So you can see that 0.12 subnet mask gateway preferred DNS alternatives. I don't want this IP configuration, so I set my IP address my own. So use that option like 1. So type the 1. So it will show the DHCP as static. So I give the S, that is static IP. So I enter the pre-IP address, that is 10.1110. Then give the subnet mask gateway. Based on your requirement, you can give the details. The second one is set DNS server. If you want to change the primary DNS, that is a preferred DNS and alternate DNS, you can change the DNS server using that second option. So I enter, select the 2. So the preferred DNS, my gateway was 0.1 is the preferred DNS. So I enter it, it will give the confirmation. So if you want to, if you don't want to clear, if you don't want the preferred DNS, you can clear using the third option, clear the DNS settings. The fourth option is to go back to the main menu. Okay, the other configuration is so you will see that secondary IP address, second NSA adapter configured as 0.110. The other one is the fourth, config remote management. This option can be used if you want to perform the any management task on the server via remotely. So you can use that option, enable it. By default, all servers running in a Windows version, it will be enabled by default. You can choose the 2 if you want enable it or enable, or give the 3. One is enable, 2 is disable. For example, I can use my Windows 10 laptop, which I have installed, that is RSAT tool. If you want to manage the server, remotely in your machine, then you can use it. So if you want to enable, then only you can manage the server through remotely. Otherwise, it is not possible. So as it is, I can enable it using that number 1. So enabling the remote management. Yeah, it give the confirmation, enable the remote management. So you can see that the remote management is enabled. The other one is Windows update settings. This option allows you to configure the user of either automatic download or manual updates of your server. If you want to change the Windows updates manually, then you can choose the option 5. Then give the A is automatic. A means is automatic. If you don't, it gives the confirmation automatic. It will update the every 3 a.m. every day 3 a.m. If you don't want automatic, then you can choose the manual updates. Manual updates. The system will not check or download any updates automatically over the internet. Yeah, it gives the confirmation. The Windows update is configured as a manual. The other one is remote desktop. So currently I enabled all the clients. This option allows you to connect your server using a remote desktop connection. By default, this option is disabled, but if you can enable it by using that option 7, you can enable it. The enable it means type the E is enabled and D is disabled. The other option is change the computer name. So using the second option, change the computer name, but I don't want to change the computer name because the server is configured as currently is a domain controller. The 10th option is telemetry settings. If you want to improve the server statics and updates, then you can enable the option telemetry settings. It will show the clearly statistical information about your server. I don't want to enable the option. Then the 9th option, date and time. So if you want to change the date and time in your server, click on the 9th option. The currently the server is configured Indian time AST. If you want to change the US or UK, then you can change the time zone as well as time using that option. The first one is a domain and work group. Currently the server is configured as a domain. GST.words is a domain controller. So I don't, if you want to change the from domain to work group, give the W. So it will automatically change the work group using your credential, then reboot the system. But currently I don't want it. Change the computer name. The last one is add a local administrator. That is, if you want to add the user account to administer a local group, then you can add it, use that option, third option. But as of now, I don't have any user account in my server. So okay, then we can create the user account first, then add it to the administrator group as well. So use that directory service option. I can create the user account because this is a domain controller. It's not a normal server. So we can type it to luser mgr.msc. It will not show. It will show that error only because it's a domain controller. So I will create the user account using dsa.msc. That is a domain service directory service controller. So go to the start menu, type the dac.msc. So that is a directory service user and active directory user and computers tool. Using that tool, we can create users and a group in domain controller. I will show you how to create user accounts and make it as a domain administrator group. So you can see that users OU. In that user OU, there is no user account, so except administrator. So I will create one user account, that is a Sendil. So give all the necessary informations, user accounts, passwords. Yeah, user account is created. So you can see that user right click of the user properties. So you can see that member of tab, there is no administrator group, so only domain users group is there. So I want to add it to user to domain admin group. So use that Sconfig command, that is a third option. I can make it as a user account to domain local group, local administrator group. So I type it user account. Yes, the user account is added to successfully. So give the confirmations. Now verify the user account is part of local administrator group or not. Again, you just open the Active Directory tool. Just right click on the user properties. Click on that account. A member of tab. Yeah, you can see that administrator is a part of the user account. Yeah, this is a way to configure Sconfig command tool. Hope this video is useful for you.